Good morning and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to assemble the Dirwin Caravan cargo bike. It is quite the task and comes in these two very large boxes. So first and foremost, we're going to start with some of the tools that I've researched. The Dirwin instruction manual doesn't list out the set of tools that you need. I'm sure it comes with some, and we're going to find out as I go ahead and pull out the stuff from the box. But right here, I'm going to show you what I have found from watching their instructional video that they have, but they have no sound. So hopefully my video is clear and much easier to understand because I will be recording it and then uploading it with the tools that I used. Maybe I'll put some links below for you, and then how I assembled the Dirwin cargo caravan bike. Here's some of the tools that we have, my son and I today. We have our drills. I have my impact driver, and then on that drill bit set we have Phillips and a T25 torque screw, which will be needed later. We have a 13 millimeter and 15 millimeter socket. We have our socket rail of additional sockets if we need. We have our metric Allen key set, a Phillips flathead screwdriver, two 15-inch wrenches, or 15 millimeter wrenches, excuse me, a 13 millimeter wrench, large adjustable wrench, a dead blow hammer to insert the bearings into one of the hubs. Yep, and then we have our mallet, which will be used to install some of the handles. And then over here, this is a great accessory I recommend anyone get. This is a metric and standard quick release Allen keys, so I'll be using that most likely. And then we have our diagonal cutters to cut zip ties. I have these mats here. These red mats are so that nothing rolls away. I can inventory what we have and go forth and do the best we can in assembling this Dirwin cargo bike. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to start opening the boxes. Obviously, this looks like it's going to be the bicycle and all that components, and I believe that this is going to be the cargo carrier itself, the basket that the kids will sit in. So let's go ahead and open it. I've already removed the steel staples. So we'll see what's going on here. And we're going to want to keep this box. Oh, I already took them out, bud. I threw them away. Okay, so we have some of the cargo components here. So let's see what's here then.
Give me the staples.
I don't have the staples, Charlie.
No, the other staples that are here.
Buddy, I don't have the staples.
No, and it...
Right, I'm not taking those out right now. Okay, so we'll take those staples out later. Oh boy, okay. We have a whole lot of components in here.
Whoa!
Yeah. So, components such as this goes around the cargo box railing. That's the safety protection piece. So I'm going to set that aside. And we're going to start unboxing this.
Whoa,
Fenders. So this looks like a lot of the pieces. Okay, thank you, Charlie. Okay, we're going to start placing our pieces here. Charlie, can you put it over here? All right. We got a wheel. Yep, these are our front wheels. Yeah, can you put it down over there?
whoa.
Yeah, there's a lot of heavy stuff in here. Not quite sure what we have. So we're going to need to start. Go ahead, set it over there. Once we set everything out, we can start taking it apart. This is the frame. We're going to put this right down here. This is going to be the first piece we start working on. Here you go. Can you put that over there? Oh boy. Here we go, folks. This must be the hardware. So this is a heavy one. I'm going to set it down.
Whoa, that is heavy.
Yep. All right. First box is cleared. Yeah.
Remember all the boxes that you have? Keep.
Yeah, we're going to keep them.
Yeah, because me and Rowan can make
Awesome.
Do you want us to do that?
Well, we could do that in the future, yeah. Let's see what we have here. Oh boy, got a little bit beat up. Warranty is void if seal is broken. Oh boy, this is... All right, folks, this is the battery. Let's take a look. The battery came busted up here. We have a set of keys, and it's a little dinged and dented. Here's the bottom half. So I'll open that later.
The carpet. Hit the carpet.
Right, just wait. We'll get it. We'll get it. There's a lot to get out of here, isn't there? All right. So this is the cargo component section.
Oh, I got
This is right. We'll leave this in here right now, maybe. Actually, you can take it out. Let's go set it over here, real nice. This is going to be the last part. We're going to put it over there. We got the seat pads. This is must be for the waterproof. Here, take both. That must be for the waterproof shelter for around the seating area with the bicycle seat. There you go. And it looks like, here you go. Place that over there.
The seat is going to be left
Yeah.
too, right?
We're gonna see what's in here. So this is what's inside this long box. Should have taken some video of what was in the other box. So this is obviously the wooden components for making the cargo carrier, and this is the back half of the bike. And this is very heavy. This is the, you can see, this is the bike rack. That's the rear wheel and hub. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those pieces right now and continue on. Yeah. All right, so continuing on.
One carpet. Only one.
Yeah, there's only one carpet. All right. Charlie, let's lay these down over here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Because that's going to go on the front of the bike. I'm going to make sure.
Those are heavy pieces, right?
These are the parts of the
No,
cargo
are
area.
Are those the heavy pieces?
Yeah, not yet. The heavy pieces underneath all this. Okay.
What is heavy?
We're going to inspect all this later. It looks pretty well packaged. The backs and sides.
Daddy.
Yeah, we'll get it. All right. Okay.
Oh, I see a wire. I saw a wire.
Oh, there's a wire. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, and so what's jutting out of the end of the box over here is actually the length of the frame. Let me show that to you now. So here's the rear wheel. This is going to be, this is the seat post. And then the frame comes all the way out. Here's the wiring loom. And then as you can see, sticking out of the box here, hopefully there's no damage, is the main area that connects to the cargo hub. That's the cargo's hub. So this is pretty heavy. I think best might be to cut this box open, but my sons really want it, so I'm going to try to lift this out of here right now, and I'll let you know how heavy it is.
I think it's
Okay, my son's going to help me here. I'm going to lift this up, and he's going to pull the box away. All right, hold on. Let's see. I need to... Oh, there's another piece here, and the handlebar is sitting here attached. There's really... Okay. Go ahead, pull the box, pull the box. Pull the box away, bud. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go. All right. So there we go. This is the handlebar. Looks like everything's attached right now. And we have the full wiring loom. So we'll go ahead and, well, we don't need that in here. You can take it outside. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start removing all the plastic wrap off everything so we can inventory what we have. All right, so we have the components out here. Here are the instructions that I printed off of Dirwin's website. As you can see here, the first step is install the front underframe bearing sleeve and bumper sleeve. So that's what we're going to do into that piece right there. I have a piece of wood so that it can protect it as I drive in those bearings that are over there on that rod with the washers. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And I am going to use a little bit of a Park Tool bicycle bearing grease. It itself, it doesn't fall out. Okay, so each side's the same. I'm going to do that. Set this straight up and down. And tap, tap, tap. It's flush. That went in real good. I believe the grease helped quite a bit. And as you can see, unlike their video, the black part didn't fall out. So, just verifying we're doing that. We're putting this inset tube in here, and this is going to float in here right now. The better it is aligned for us, be good. And I'm going to use my bag here just to keep it upright. Second bearing of grease on inside. This is just Polylube 100 from Park Tool. I'm sure you could use other types of grease. So, actually, before I do this, just make sure that there's no burrs in here, because a burr now might make it ineffective. And you have a little lip here. So actually, I'm going to go deburr this because I have the tools to do that. All right, so we have our tube here. I'm going to put a little grease on the inside. That's just me. Just a real thin layer because we're going to run this through later. So, got that in. We got our bearing. Let's keep that straight. Okay, bearing going in. Let's see. Let's keep this bolt to align it. Okay, because it's going to be tight. Looks like it's going to be a tight fitment. Get that sleeve set. Go, looks pretty good. Yeah, and it's good that we aligned it. It has a little bit of play in there, but not much. So that's ready for that. When we get there, and here we are. What? See? You're able to move that sleeve freely inside there. So that's done. Now we're going to move on to the next piece of it, and it gives you in the instruction manual here, it says you want 6 pieces of the M8 by 25, I assume, centimeter with a washer and a nylock nut. So we are going to find that right over here in our parts kit. What would be helpful is if they gave you the sizes here on the instruction manual, if you could lay it out like other things do. But looks like that this is going to be them, because that's the only count of 6 I have anywhere in that size. So I'm going to get this open. I can remove this now. And we're going to get our tray so that we don't misplace anything today. Love these little rubber trays. There we go. All accounted for. 6 bolts. Let's see. We have 6 nuts, and it looks like we have 12 washers. Okay, we're going to be assembling this now, and if you have been watching the video versus the thing, I have a measuring gauge right here. This is a 20 millimeter long bolt. This is the 8 by 20. So we're going to be placing that using a 6 millimeter Allen, and they place a washer on the bolt, washer through the housing, washer on top, and then we have a nut. That's a nylock nut, and that's going to go on here, and those are 13 millimeter socket. So I'm going to go ahead and install all of these right now, and then we're going to tighten them up. Don't forget, washer on the bottom, washer on top. So that is consistent with the original video, but not with the manual. So if you're wondering why you have extra pieces, that's why. And earlier on installing the bearing, I had the piece of wood that really helped soften it so I could bang in those bearings. So we're going to put this together. Lift this up to put in these bolts. Kind of a pain. You're going to want to secure these really good, since this is what the main bike rides on. Just an awkward way to get it in. All right, and the last bolt. And if you have anyone that's helping you, definitely would make this go much faster. But if you don't, this is probably the easiest part. Okay, so there we go. So we have 6 M8 by 20 bolts, 6 nylock 13 millimeter socket to install those nuts, and then there's washers on top and on bottom. So I'm going to cut, I'm going to attach all that, and then we'll come back. Okay, if you're following the instruction manual, instead of attaching this piece to the whole bicycle assembly, it actually tells you right now we're going to put on the fenders. Now the fenders look identical. They have this little bent tab and then this flat tab. From what I can assess, it really doesn't matter which way you put it. You're going to have to bend these tabs. They may have been bent in shipping. Both of them have one flat side, one slightly bent side. But those are going to go on with the M6 by 16. And that's these right here. Again, I'll measure it for you. That's a M16, and then that size. So for those, we're going to put that on, and then once that's on, it's asking us to go ahead and put the wheels on. And the wheels are going to end up using, I believe, these small Loctite screws. You're going to have to find that for us so that we make sure everything goes on correctly. And yeah, and then we'll assemble it to the chassis. So I have a 5 millimeter wrench. I'm going to go ahead, this is the front of the thing. I'm going to go ahead and put these on. And by the way, what you're assembling to is not this tab right here. You have a welded on nut on both sides. That's what the fender is going to go to. So I'm going to put my slightly bent one. Okay, let's go over the wheels. So we have the fenders on, and for the wheels, first thing you need to do is find this package. You're going to have some M 5 millimeter by 16 millimeter long bolts right here, and that is for attaching the brake caliper. And these other small ones that are with Loctite, this is going to be right here for the brakes themselves. So now let's go on to the wheels. Your wheels have a machine side here, and they have a directional pattern. So this is going to be the left wheel. This is the front of the carriage with the step, and this is going to be rotating on the left side from the driver's view, and the hub's going to go there. And the same with the right wheel. So you can't mess these up. I mean, you can, but the right wheel, here we are on the right side, going in the right direction, and the milled hub in the interior. So we're going to go ahead and follow the instructions now that aren't in the manual, but they are on the video, and I'm going to install these hubs. Excuse me, not hubs. I'm going to install the brakes. So you see here the direction, it has the arrow, and this has an arrow as well. They're identical disc brakes, but you have to put one opposite of the other. So if this wheel is spinning on the left this way, but I must mount it here, that is going to be incorrect. Actually, I need to flip, I need to flip this over, because this arrow is going to go in that direction. So for the left side, the arrow should be down, and the right side, the arrow should be up. So I'm going to go ahead and install these right now and get back to you. Okay, so here we are, left facing, and we have our brake on, and there's no digital printing, because if you're able to see it from this side, there's an arrow inside there that's on the back of the, it's attached to the hub face. It's going in this direction. And then same for the right side wheel. Here we go. Facing the right direction, and here it is. You can see that the arrow is there. It's going to be going in the right direction as it's installed. So now we're going to loosen up all of these, and we're going to place the wheels onto the frame. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Loosen this up, and between, you have your washer and you have the lock screw. So let me go ahead and move this wheel. I'll set this up on its side. It's going to be easiest to do this. Inside the frame. And you can take the nuts off if you'd like. It's probably might be easier to get maneuverability. This frame doesn't seem to be the straightest. There we go. It's all right. Put the locking ring on there. Okay, make sure the wheel is square. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my 15mm socket on both sides and tighten it. Let me go ahead and adjust this camera angle. Yep. Okay. And just look what I did. Totally missed the piece going in. Make sure that is going in. Now I gotta take this off and bend it back. So, good to know. I bent that a little bit. Make sure you get that straight before tightening it up. And I need, okay, cut on this. All right, take a break. Okay, so here we are. We have both wheels on. Now we're going to go to the brake calipers. So this is, again, the steps are the front of the bicycle. So this is the right-hand side. Here's our brakes are on. Everything's tightened up. And here's the left side. Brakes are on. And so now what you see is right here, those bolt holes is where the brake calipers are going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and install that right now. All right, so here's the brake calipers. This is the right brake. Here's the top. Here's the actuator that's going to get the cable. And here's the left brake. This is the top, and here's the actuator. So here we go. If we want to turn it around, that's your left, that's your right. The actuator is on the outside. So since we have this facing forward, that's the left side, this is the right side. I'm going to start on the left side. So again, this will be the left brake, top here, the actuator there. And it's going to get bolted up to the frame through, well, we're going to see, I believe this. Okay, so I've tightened. So these two bolts that come in the package go here. That uses the same Allen 5mm to tighten those up. And then these two bolts, you just keep holding it. You're a great help. Okay, so there's the first washer. Put the bolt through. Then we got a, just hold it. Just hold it. You got it, bud. We're going to go back to the video real quick, because I'm pretty sure they have a washer. Oh, good.
Wait, you wanted me to do
Yep.
that?
Yeah, you're doing a great job. Let me.
You wanted me to push that back in?
And then, yep. So there's a washer right here.
Daddy,
And then
can I see?
I'll show you in 1 second. And then this washer,
Daddy,
yeah, is going to go.
I moved it, did it run down?
Yeah. And then we got a washer here at the bottom. This is where it's a little finicky. This is where we're a little finicky here. You just keep holding on to it there, bud. Okay.
You want me to do it?
There we go.
I'll do it.
Push the whole cart forward.
Do you want me to take the paper off of your light?
No, we got it.
No, I need to do the red light.
Look at that. You give this a little tap. Put it all the way down. Then you need two 12-inch crescent wrenches to hold the top. Charlie, you want, here, no, come hold this. Hold that right there.
Okay.
Yeah, hold it nice and tight. Okay, here I go. I'm gonna bolt it up. You're my, oh, you holding it?
Yeah.
All right, keep holding it. Yeah, hold it good and tight. This is a nylock nut, so if you've ever not put a nylock nut on, if plastic is a retention lock system, so vibration does not cause the bolt to come out. And we have a long way to go here. Oh, we're not holding the top. There we go. Hold it right there, bud. Hold it real tight. Okay.
Whoa. It came out.
It came out? Okay.
I'm holding it really tight.
Okay, good.
Whoa.
I'll help you, because it's going to be tight here. Whew. That's a snug one. We got about 5 turns left here. Yep, we're doing good. And so far I'm looking at the wiring loom, and the wiring loom is crossing over. We're gonna have to make sure that we know which side it goes on once we get these dampeners on here. In a moment. My son's helping me, doing a great job. All right, we're gonna snug her down. It's nice and snug. All right, we're good. Good job. So now we have this wiring loom here. This is gonna come up to the bicycle seat, but it hangs down here. Yeah, good job. We have to just figure out where the wiring harness goes, because it's all the wires are here. We have the wires for the lights. Did you know this bike has lights?
Have you used mine? Have you used my payload yet?
No, I haven't. All right, so here's our lights. I'm gonna run that underneath there. Make sure all the twists and kinks are out. So here's the lights. And then we have this long arm of a loom, and we're gonna figure out how that goes in just a moment once we put the dampeners on. Oh yeah, those are zip ties we don't want to cut. So here we go. Here's the install. The bolts in, and this is the wire. In the video, they talk about this needs to be on one side or the other of the dampeners. Dampeners are going to go here and be connected. So just need to find out where that's going. So these are the dampeners that I'm going to go in. So they say keep this loom on the inside of one. All right, we're on to the dampeners. At 5 minutes in the video, they say place the dampeners. The extension piece is going to go into the front bracket. So that's going to go that way. And then we're going to depress it and push it in. And we're going to bolt it up back here. Now, in the instruction manual, it says just use the nylock nuts. It says, and in the video it says use a washer. These washers did not come with it. So I'm using my own washers to add it because it can't hurt. All right, so now we're going to put that in. Let me go ahead and reposition the camera. All right, here's my attempt of getting it in now. All right, I'm gonna get the first one in. It says once the good. So this one, we're gonna just put right here. We use our washer that we supplied. And then we have our nylock nut. Came with the kit.
No, Daddy, you just take 2 at a time.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I meant take 2 at a time.
2 at a time? Well, I need to take my gloves off so I can get this installed right. Got some small areas to work on here. There we go. Okay. So now you take our 12. I think it's a 12 millimeter on the bottom. Hold on, I don't need that one just yet. Need to Yep. I'm gonna take our time here and wrench this on. Box end wrench won't fit. Just tight quarters here. This is 12 millimeter on the bottom, 13 millimeter on the top. So make sure you have a set of metric wrenches, metric sockets, metric Allens, and you'll be set up for success pretty much on this whole project. You can use what they gave you, but I'm not sure how you'd do this since the 12 and 13 share a wrench.
No.
All right. Almost got it. Oops. And this is important because this is the dampening system. All right, there we go. First one's in. All right. Well, you're going to help me on this one. I have to flip this over and I have to press this in. See?
Look.
Yeah.
Here.
So, I'm going to press it in and you're going to put it on, right? Oh.
What?
That was... Okay, I'm going to press it in. I need you to put that nut on. Ready? Ready?
Nut?
Yeah. Okay. Good job. Nope. Put the washer first.
Oh.
Yeah. And then flip the nut over. That's the wrong way. You want the black part of the nylock facing up. Okay? Yeah, you can. There we go. Now we're going to tighten it up. All right, now we got this moving. There we go. Boom. That one's in. Now to do the other side. It's coming along. Whoa. Boy, that really kicks back, doesn't it? Okay. Well, we'll go ahead. We'll get the other side. 6mm Allen. 5mm Allen for a 6mm bolt. I'm going to take this. This can go through straight to the back. And then we're going to use, it's probably a 10mm. It's a 10mm nut. I'm going to tighten this up. This is for our lights and reflectors on the front of the bike. And you can see, hopefully, we have a lot of wiring here that we're going to need to pick the slack up from. I'm going to fix that later. And then we're going to adjust the bike light down. It's just a Phillips screwdriver here on the inside. There we go. That's done. I'm going to do the same to the other side. Because after this, we're going to be putting on the deck to the cargo section. We've already assembled. Okay. We have the components in here. The wire is on the inside on the left. And we've tightened this up and everything's tight in here. So yeah, we're getting ready to put the deck on. So take care of this other light and then we'll go from there. Okay, before we put the top deck on, we're going to put all of these in. There's 6 of them. You might say, where those go? Well, we have 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and then 4, 5, and 6. And if you want, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some fluid film inside, since those areas may retain some water, and I want to keep this bike as long as possible rust-free. So we're going to do that now. Well, here we are once again. I'm unwrapping it. We're going to start the platform, and you need to assemble some parts, but we have some damage here. And, you know, again, I can't tell you, like, you can get shipping as good as you possibly want to, but it's slight damage. You know, would they send me a new piece? I'm not sure. But for the cost of the bike, you'd expect that you wouldn't have such unsightly damage here on the top surface. If I was able to flip this over, it wouldn't be so bad, but unfortunately not. This is the main piece, and it's the piece that's going to go here on the back that you're going to be staring at all the time. So, but it will be covered eventually with that wrap over there. So maybe that's their consideration for that wrap. All right, folks, here's the door and the hinge. This is not in the video online from Dirwin, and here in their manual, they have step 9, and it's pretty basic. I will tell you that the hinge and hardware for the hinges came on a separate bag. This here, I can only assume, is a latch that works hand in hand with this, which is the handle. This is the handle, and it's probably that latch goes on the back or something. So I'm going to try to figure this out here because there's no instructions whatsoever. But from observation, obviously that latch looks like it goes there. We have our hinges here. The other holes are for the remaining mounting to the actual frame, which is, this is the left side. It goes on the right side. And I believe these holes here are for a step. So I'm going to figure it out. And these holes are for the handle. So the handle, that's going to go on the inside in there. That's the handle. That's the step. So yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, now I'm assembling the latch. I've taken the screws out from the top and here, and my understanding by their very poor instructions is that this goes here. You put a screw in there, and you're going to twist those 2 screws like that. All right, here we are. The cargo basket is installed and on. I will tell you that the best thing you can do is leave everything loose until the last minute. The bolts down there and all of these, work them in. Have the door here. The latch is on, so now you close the door. There you go. Door's solid. Everything's good. Out of everything went in except this one down here. It's mostly in. It's good enough. The alignment is pretty good and spot on, but I probably had 2 or 3 that I needed some additional help from my wife to help me just put it into place. Because no matter what I could do, you just don't have enough leverage when you're trying to work down there and reach over to get a grasp on it. So overall, pretty good. Here we go. Now we're moving on to installing the last of it, which will be the seats, the handlebars, and we're going to take this bad boy out for a spin tonight. All right, on to step 10 and 11. That has been completed. While I've been away, installed this first. This is the handlebar post. And I put an extra washer here, but we had the bolt washer, and then a washer and a nylock nut on the inside. And then hardware here with supporting hardware on the inside here. This is a seat bracket. And now we're going to install this seat bracket so we can put the seats here. And yeah, continuation of this. And I put this on and then tap that into place. I haven't adjusted this to be straight yet. And I'm leaving this on until the very end. For the brakes, haven't even put the brakes in yet, so still other pieces that we have to deal with. And it's coming along really good. So after step 10 and 11, hold on, Charlie. Hey, buddy. Because I'm filming for this. Look, we're going to step 12 and 13. This is installing the seats. So it's the seat hardware and bracket. And I'm going to be going ahead and installing the seats and the seat belts right now. That's the next part. All right, so we got the carpet in, but we have a problem. This is the second seat. We got the first seat in just great. Followed the protocol, but the second seat, because of the door stopper, won't go in. The seat is stuck in the door stopper. You say, oh, Dave, it goes over it like that. No, it does not align. It does not align. It won't work. That door stopper won't allow it to go back. So we're going to have to reach out to the company, find out what's going on there. Maybe they can send us a seat with a notch taken out of it. So I forgot to record audio at this moment, but basically here I'm going over the brakes. The front brakes go down and hit a black box, which is the splitter, and then that splits off to the left front and the right front brake caliper to control the front brakes. And then the rear brake is a standard brake that's already been wired from Dirwin and ships in the box, and so that I did not touch or alter with. Hopefully this helps with your setup. The front brakes are pretty finicky, so good luck on getting them assembled correctly and having them work properly. Okay, here's the update. Here it is, our Dirwin bike. We've fashioned a mount back there. What you're going to see here on the back, this is Simonics. This is hydraulic brakes that we had to upgrade to. This came directly from Dirwin, and here's the difference. This is the hydraulic brake reservoir. This is the brake, so it's held in place, and I have the original brakes, which look like this. Those original brake levers that came with it, and when you would activate it, it had a little tang underneath it, and that's how the brake would lock in place. So you could see that here. These did not work for us, okay? So out of the whole experience with the bike, everything has done very well except the brakes. We had a master bike mechanic come to take a look at it after I had assembled everything. He spent a few hours on it because of how the system is with these brake lines. They compress a lot. Here's that splitter. This is where the brake line comes originally down, and then it splits to two lines, as you see here, and that goes to these front brake calipers that you saw in the video that I installed. Here we are. And as you can see, there's little to no wear inside these calipers. Because we barely used it, we're unable to get the bike to stop correctly. And so now we have the hydraulic brakes. I believe that Dirwin should deliver that as part of the package because these work great. But again, I know there's a lot of headache, and we needed to have a professional bike installer. It uses mineral oil in here, and when the brakes came, they gave us extra jets and whatnot because you have to cut the lines and fashion it to be a sealed system. So I can understand why Dirwin hasn't done that. The other thing that, again, we reached out to Dirwin customer service on, and we had a master bike mechanic come and install it, was this. Our derailleur arm and mount, this is not the stock derailleur. This is an aftermarket derailleur because our derailleur was bent in, and the mount, which was mounted on here, was completely bent. So we had to bend part of the frame back because that was damaged in shipping. And the last thing I'll say is that this is a 7-speed bicycle, but due to the frame geometry here, we had to run out our derailleur so that it doesn't jump up to the 7th gear, because if it does, it's too much of an angle. Maybe you can see that here. It's too much of an angle, and it derails from the front sprocket. So that's been the issues. For the value of the bike, it works. And you can see we've fashioned a car seat carrier for one of our younger children, and overall it works. It's assembled, and let me show you the door latch, because that was such a big thing. Here on the, you can see down here, we had to cut away. This is a bracket just like this, and Dirwin specifically told us, go ahead and knock it off. Well, knocking it off is not really possible. It's still half glued on there, but we were able to remove it enough so that we could get the seat in there. And then here's the door latch. You depress on the outside, and you're going to watch this come down. And it comes down, and then you close it. And this is pretty much loose. So from my video of assembling it, I want to let you know that you need to leave it loose. Again, here's the outside. And there's no instructions on this. There you go. You press it, and there it is open. And then if you watch when I depress this outside lever, see how loose this is? You have to keep that loose so it locks up again. Okay? So I hope that is helpful for someone out there. If you've purchased this bicycle, again, all the brakes that came with it, no longer are we using. Here's, like I mentioned, some of the jets from the hydraulic system that we installed, and even the rotors. We basically burnished one of the rotors trying to stop the bike. So this thing's pretty slick, and the rotor's not supposed to be like that. So we luckily, Dirwin sent us brand new rotors that we installed when we did the hydraulic brakes. So overall investment compared to, as you see, I have a rad wagon and other bikes here. For the investment and the value, it's hard to beat, but you have some headaches, and hopefully Dirwin is going to be able to solve that in time and provide better value with the better braking system and the derailleurs and whatnot. Overall, it's working for my family, and I hope this video has helped you. Have a great day, and thanks for tuning in.